Hey there, in this video we're going to be going over the 2022-2023 TMSCA General Math Test number 6. Let's do it. Alright, number 1, 87 plus, in parentheses, 11 plus 99 plus 3. Alright, so this problem is actually pretty simple. First, we have to do the parentheses according to order of operations. So 11 plus 99. That is 110. Alright, now this becomes 87 plus 110 plus 3. Alright, so we can first do the 87 plus 3 because those two are compatible numbers. Compatible numbers just means that they easily add up to 10, or a number that ends with 0. Alright, 87 plus 3 is just 90. Now you have 90 and 110. Alright, that is just 200. And that's your answer. Next, number 2. 2/3 minus 1/8. Alright, so to solve this problem, we have to bring both fractions under the same common denominator. We can do this by taking the denominator of 24, because 3 times 8 is 24. Alright, so if we multiply 2/3 by 8 over 8, that gets us 16 over 24. And you might be thinking, 8 over 8 is 1, which means it's just 2/3, right? Well, we want to bring them under the same common denominator, so we have to multiply it by 8 over 8. Alright, next, 1/8 times 3 over 3. We're doing the same thing as we did earlier with the 8 over 8. This becomes 3 over 24. Alright, now this is just 16 over 24 minus 3 over 24. That is 13/24, and that's your answer. Next, number 3, 34.5 times 0.07 equals what rounded to the nearest hundredth? Alright, this is actually a pretty simple problem because all we have to do is first convert the 0.07 into 7 over hundredths. Now, even though this is the exact same number, the way we write it makes the multiplication much easier. Now we can write this equation as 34.5 times 7 over 100. Alright. Now we can break this down into its individual place values and multiply each of them by 7 over 100. So that's 30 times 7 over 100, 4 times 7 over 100, and 0.5 times 7 over 100. Alright, first, 30 times 7 over 100. That is 210 divided by 100, which is 2.1. Alright, next. 4 times 7 over 100. That is 28 divided by 100, which is 0.28. Alright, next. 0.5 times 7 over 100. That is 3.5 over 100, which is 0.035. Alright, so now all we have to do is add these three numbers up. First, we have the 5 by itself. Then 8 plus 3 is 11, so we write a 1 here and carry it. This becomes 2. 2 plus 2 plus 0 is just 4. And then we have the 2 over here. So this is 2.415, but we have to round it up to the nearest hundredth. So this 5 and 1, which is 15, or it could be written as 1.5, rounds up to a 2 because the value is a 5. So this becomes 2.42, and that's your answer. Next, number 4, 420 divided by 4 divided by 5. Alright, the first step is doing 420 divided by 4. 420 divided by 4 is 105. Next, you have to divide this by 5. 105 divided by 5 is just 21. And that's your answer. Next, number 5, 23 decagrams is equal to how many grams? Alright, the first thing you need to know is 1 decagram is equal to 10 grams. That means 23 decagrams, I'm just going to write DG right here, is equal to 23 times 10 grams. That means it's 230 grams, and that's your answer. Next, if n equals 2, what is the area of the shaded region in the picture below? Alright, so you have these two figures right here. First, there's a large gray rectangle and a small white rectangle inside. Alright, the way we solve for the area of the shaded region, which is all of this stuff around the white rectangle, is we find the area of the big rectangle, find the area of the small rectangle, and subtract the area of the small rectangle from the big rectangle. Alright, let's do that. So we know n is 2. So to find area, it's just base times height. So the big triangle, our base is 5n plus 6, and our height is 18n plus 3. It doesn't really matter which one is base or height. Alright, so we know n is 2, which means that the base is 5 times 2 plus 6, and the height is 18 times 2 plus 3. Alright, so 5 times 2 plus 6 is just 10 plus 6, which is 16. 18 times 2 plus 3 is just 36 plus 3, which is 39. Alright, so the area of that is 16 times 39. And 16 times 39 is 624. Alright, now we need to subtract the area of the smaller rectangle. So the base here is 4n and the height here is 7n. Again, it doesn't matter which one is base or height, you can use both of them. Alright, so n is 2, which means this is 4 times 2, which is 8. And n is 2 again, so that's 7 times 2, which is 14. Alright, now we have to subtract 8 times 14 from 624. 8 times 14 is 112. So all we have to do is 624 minus 112, which is 512, and that's your answer. Number 7. 9 quarters plus 11 dimes plus 8 nickels plus 15 pennies equals 7 quarters plus blank amount of dimes plus 20 nickels plus 5 pennies. Alright, we're trying to find the amount of dimes to make this equation true. Okay, so let's first solve both sides of the equation. 9 quarters is $2.25. 11 dimes is $1.10. 8 nickels is 40 cents, so 0.40. 15 pennies is just 15 cents, which is 0.15. Alright, that is equal to 7 quarters. 7 quarters is $1.75, plus we don't know how many dimes, plus 20 nickels. 20 nickels is just 20 times 0.05. 20 times 0.05 is exactly $1. So plus 1 plus 5 pennies, which is just 0.05. Alright, so let's add up this side, the left side first. $2.25 plus $1.10, that is $3.35. $3.35 plus 0.4 is $3.75. Then 0.15 plus the 3.75 is $3.90, or $3.90. Alright, that is equal to $1.75 plus 1, which is $2.75, plus the 5 cents, which is $2.80. However, that's not true, meaning we have to add a certain amount of dimes that it is equal to the difference between $3.90 and $2.80. The difference between those two numbers is $1.10. That means how much dimes is $1.10. So that's just 11 dimes, and that's your answer. Next, which list shows the numbers in order from least to greatest? Alright, so let's take a look at each one of these lists and find the answer. First, 5, 6, 2/3, 5/8, and 3/4. Alright, so first, we're asking for least to greatest, which means the first number should be the smallest and the last number should be the biggest. Alright, first 5, 6. So is that smaller than 2/3? 2/3 is also 4, 6. 4, 6 is smaller than 5, 6. So this one is immediately out. Next, 5/8, 2/3, 3/4, 5, 6. Alright, 5/8 and 2/3. Is 5/8 smaller than 2/3? Well, we have to bring them to a common denominator to find out. So, 5/8 and 2/3. They have 8 and 3 as the denominators, which means the common denominator is 24. So these turn into 15 over 24 and 16 over 24. So far it's correct. Alright, next, 3/4. That we can also convert that into the common denominator of 24. 3/4 of 24 is just 18. So 18 over 24. Next, 5, 6. Alright, we have to convert that into the common denominator of 24. That is 20 over 24. So since these are all going from the least fraction to the greatest fraction, B is your answer. Next, what is the GCF of the numbers 85 and 51? Alright, the very simple way to find GCF is subtracting the smaller number from the bigger number. I actually have a full video just about LCM and GCF, which will be linked in the pinned card at the top. But let's continue with this problem. Alright, so we can subtract 85 minus 51 to get us 34. Now, this is not our GCF right away. what we need to check is, does 34 go into both these numbers perfectly? Alright, does 34 go into 85 or 51? No, it doesn't. No multiple of 34 is 51 or 85. So that's not it. Now what we need to do is, we need to break 34 down into its factors and figure out the biggest factor that goes into both 51 and 85. So let's break it down. 34 obviously has 1 and 34. It has 2, 17, and many more. Now, since this is the second biggest factor it could possibly have, which is 17, we'll try this one next. So, 17. Does 17 go into 51? Yes. 17 times 3 is 51. Next, does 17 go into 85? Yes. 17 times 5 is 85. So the GCF of the numbers 85 and 51 is 17, and that's your answer. Next, simplify negative 3 times the absolute value of 12 minus 23. Alright, the first thing you need to know is these two lines outside of any expression or equation means you're getting the absolute value of whatever is inside the two lines. Alright, so what we first need to do is the numbers between the two absolute value lines, which is 12 minus 23. 12 minus 23 is just a negative 11. Alright, now what we need to do is, we need to find the absolute value. The absolute value just means no matter what number it is, positive or negative, you turn it into the positive form. So we would just get rid of this negative sign, and now this becomes 11. Now we have to multiply it by the negative 3. 11 times negative 3 is equal to negative 33, and that's your answer. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to show your support. These videos take a lot of effort to make, and I would really appreciate it.